Hello YouTube, this is Undiz93. Sorry I've kind of haven't been uploading stuff lately. I'm like school, which interesting enough, anime I'm going to be reviewing has school in its name. What's the coincidence? Whatever. So, yeah. So, sorry I've been kind of here and there. School, I put some of my animations that I've been working on. They're not really good, but they're okay. I'm still working on the Fennekin and Squirtle thing very digitally. So I'll have that up as soon as I get that done, which will be fun. Right now I'll kind of explain what I have planned for it. So you people who are anticipating it, because it's very fun to animate it. Mainly it is going to be Fennekin versus Squirtle. With the fight. Pretty much, it's going to be essentially, if you've seen any like Pokemon battle in like the anime, essentially be like that. Except you know how like kind of in the anime when like Pokemon evolve, they essentially like bam, essentially like recover all their health and like, oh, I'm a badass, I'm gonna kick ass. Essentially, it's gonna be like that. It's gonna be awesome. Kind of. I hope. Yeah, it's still doing all this shit. So, let's get to the anime I'm going to be reviewing. Because, yeah. So, the anime I'm going to be reviewing is, in my opinion, the worst thing I've ever watched as of anime. It is called, the anime called School Days. I first watched it off well, not really a recommendation, but more of learning that it's really bad from watching other reviews. And, yeah. That was completely true because this anime is completely horrible. You know, I mean horrible. I mean, if this thing should be jettisoned into the sun. Bad, like it should never exist. But its visual novel is okay. It gets a lot worse in the visual novel. Also gets a lot better. But yeah, it's kind of a new other Pandora's box later, so I'm not gonna review the visual novel because it's kind of like doing this, but even worse because there's like a whole bunch of crap, crazy shit that goes on. Excuse my language, but yeah, this anime is horrible. Sorry for my language. So School Days. School Days is essentially if you take your basic harem anime and you kind of bend it over and say, yeah, we're going to screw with it a lot. That's essentially what School Days is, in my opinion. Essentially taking harem genre, like, yeah, we're doing that to you because we want to. So yeah, well, let me go over. Essentially, the story is essentially kind of basic high school life. If the main character was the most hated guy ever in anime, well, not in his anime, but in any other anime, he'd probably be the most hated guy ever, and he'd probably be dead in a minute by everybody ever, because he's complete a-hole. Sorry for my language, but yeah. So, let's go over the characters, because I don't really want to get into the story, because this could go completely crazy. Sorry for my language. Yeah. So, main characters, you have Makoto, who is essentially the worst main character ever out of anything, because you're supposed to be rooting for your main character. You can't root for this guy because all the stuff he does throughout this whole damn anime, except for like the first like 2 episodes to 1.5 episodes, is okay. Like first couple episodes is completely polarizing to like the last 2 episodes. Yeah, it's like that. So let's. Yeah, sorry if I'm moving. Yeah, whatever. So Makoto, essentially, yeah, he's the worst guy ever. Worst. Horrible. So let's go on to other characters. You have Sakai, who is obviously another bad character, but she's not as bad as Makoto because, well, she kind of is, but she kind of isn't, because she's kind of the reason that all this shit happens in the anime. But I'll kind of go that into later when I go into spoiler territory, because holy shit, this thing's horrible. Don't watch it. Yeah, just if you ever see a copy that's jettisoned into the sun, hope it burns, never to see light of day again. Hope it's just gone. Let's just hope. So, with that, then you have Katsuna. She's probably the character I like the most, mainly because she's the only character I care for, because everybody else was kind of an asshole. It's mainly how everybody was. Except for like another character, but she kind of gets screwed over by everybody else. So, yeah. So either you are getting screwed over by everybody else, or you're a complete asshole in this anime. So, yeah. Then you have like a whole bunch of other characters. You have Sekai's friend, who essentially does jack of all because she essentially just wants to sleep with the main character or something like that. You have some other chick who has some other stuff who wants to sleep with the main character. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of chicks in this anime that want to sleep with the guy, even though this guy... There's other guys in other animes I could see them sleeping with because they're better characters, even though they wouldn't do that because they're better characters. So, let's continue. Then you have 3 other chicks who just want to sleep with the main character. Then you have another chick who wants to sleep with the main character. Yeah, essentially, all chicks in the anime want the dude. Well, it's kind of like how in all harem anime, essentially, all the chicks want the main character, but it's mainly more of like dating-wise and not really sexualized. I guess they could want them sexualized, but they would never go there because that's kind of crossing a line, which School Days crosses, and crosses again, and crosses again, and it crosses again. Yeah, it's kind of like if you're like citing like what was the metaphor? Essentially, you know, like just in some of those cartoons where essentially like a character will like draw a line and like someone would like erase it and move forward, like, and so they just keep drawing that line. Essentially, that's what School Days, or essentially that's what the line does. Keeps trying to move back and back, and then School Days keeps going past the past, and essentially just keeps going further away. Yeah. Okay, so I'm kind of done with that. The anime looks good, but the story's kind of complete shit in my opinion. Sorry for my language, but this anime is horrible. So, let me get into the story. So, if you do not want to be spoiled on School Days, which, then don't watch out of this part, because, yes, it's going to be spoilers. So, essentially, how this whole plot goes. Essentially, Makoto likes Katsuna. Katsuna doesn't know that Makoto likes Katsuna, so Sekai sets him up. So they are dating. Makoto wants to move the relationship too fast. Eventually, he wants to get in bed with her. Which, yeah, he wants to get in bed with her, and she doesn't want to, and he should learn her boundaries, because she's not ready. So Sakai's like, hey, I will have practice sessions. And these practice sessions essentially mean having sex. And yeah, essentially, and he has these practice sessions while also still going out with Katsuna. Sorry for the air quotes, but yeah, those kind of need to be here because having practice, it's not really having practice, it's more of having sex. So, with Makoto essentially now screwing Sekai while also, in theory, dating Katsuna. Sorry for mispronouncing your name, but I haven't seen this anime in a bit. But it was still horrible. Never watched it again. I hope to never watch it again. So essentially, yeah. So essentially, like a whole bunch, like throughout this. So then you have Sekai's friend who likes the main character and wants to protect Sekai and Makoto's relationship. And then she screws Makoto, and then she leaves, and then you have another chick who likes Makoto because no explained reason. And she doesn't. Then you have a character who's supposed to be the love interest for Makoto's friend, who does jack of all. Except I think he gets in some weird territory with Katsuna that's in it gets really fucked up. Sorry for my language, but yeah. This anime is just bad. It's like horrible. Just don't watch it. It's like if you watch that scene from Indiana Jones where like people's faces melt off. It's kind of like that, but imagine like that like 30 times worse. Then she like disintegrates you into like dust. So yeah, it kind of does that. So yeah, Makoto's just doing a whole bunch of chicks. He essentially does anything that essentially opens their legs, which essentially, yeah, he does anything. Does that, and yeah, Makoto is kind of a complete tool, in my opinion. But yeah, so after he's done like I think like 6 chicks by the end of this like stuff, Sekai says she's pregnant, and then all the chicks like holy run, and yeah, and then he has to kind of like be with Sekai, and because yeah, he has to take responsibility, and he's like this, and he finds Katsura, and she's kind of mentally broken. What the? Well, when I saw this, like, what the hell? Well, it's kind of happening throughout the most of it because she's kind of was going crazy after, like, people kept telling her, like, hey, you weren't going off Makoto, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, and then she's kind of going completely nuts. So, Makoto finds her. He's like, hey, I'll take you back to my place because, yeah, I still like you because you open your legs for me, and Sekai won't because of that. And yeah, so he takes her back, and Sekai gets like pissed and essentially murders him. Yeah, well, after Katsura leaves for a bit. Yeah, so Sekai kills him. And it's probably the best thing in the whole anime, just seeing this guy die, in my opinion. Well, in my opinion, most people's opinion, all people's opinion, because this guy's worst character ever. In my opinion, and most other people's opinion, because this guy's horrible. So, yeah, Katsura finds his body, cuts off his head, immediately. This is really messed up. So, yeah. And then Katsura meets Sekai at the top of the building, top of their school, and she's like, hey, look at this bag. Guess what's in it? Makoto's head. And she's like, what the hell? And then she stabs, and then Katsuna stabs her with like a knife like bigger than my torso. Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous like how like this anime kind of like jumps a shark with like 30 other sharks on top of like sharks. It's essentially breaks time as we know it. It's just horrible. So yeah, Katsura essentially carves her up like a turkey to see if there's anything in her. She's like, no, there's nothing in here. So she's like, well, then she takes Makoto's head and goes on a boat, and a nice boat, because I'm guessing there's a nice boat. Someone keeps telling me that there's a nice boat in this, but I never see it because there's guessing unless that means the yacht, which was an okay boat. Because so that is essentially my review for School Days. So yeah, here's my recommendation: 1, never watch this thing. 2, if you ever see this anime, be prepared to hate yourself after, which I do. I kind of hate myself after watching this anime, but there are other things that I can do. Called warn you guys to never watch this because this anime is completely horrible. So, that is all, and thank you all for watching.